Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, and I bring you a video tonight titled Sexually Attractive Men Have a Third Eye for Sexual Energy. I'm going to preach a good sermon tonight. Before we go any further, always know that my videos in the dating space, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Visit my website and get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Continue to help me to get push up this algorithm so I can continue to bring you these messages. And let's get right to it. Sexually attractive men have a third eye for sexual energy. Sexually attractive men don't wait for choosing signals. They approach women blindly and give them the opportunity to inhale their presence. Sexually attractive men don't wait for choosing signals. They approach women blindly and give them the opportunity to inhale their presence. And that's going to be the basis of the video tonight. We're going to get more into the alternate reality of the sexually desirable and the sexually attractive man and everything that comes along with that, and the consequent third eye that you develop because you're always in a sexual energy when it comes to beautiful women. Sexually attractive men, they have no problem approaching women. It's a regular thing, and they're used to being received in a manner that women celebrate your presence. And I want you to fully inhale that, because as a sexually attractive man, you're always going to be having optimal experiences. Not every woman or not every person is going to see you as the optimal man, but you've developed yourself into a man to the point that the world is regularly giving you optimal experiences based on the man that you are and the man that you're showing it to life as every day. And I'm not going to get into a deep tutorial, but you have to take inventory of everything that you have going for you, and you have to maximize it. That's how you become a sexually attractive man. It's very simple. It's more nuanced as well. Meaning, if you need coaching, contact me at matthewchorne.com. I can give you more detailed information and strategies to become this man. But sexually attractive men, they disappear at any sign of indifference. If a woman talks about take my Instagram or I'll take your number after you've approached her, you disappear, because that's not a part of your world or your universe, because women are so receptive to the man that you are, and they're greeting you with sexual energy. This is why you have a third eye, because once you become this man, this sexually attractive man, you're going to meet so many women on such a regular basis that you can't settle for anything less than lust and red beam of lust coming from women's eyes. You can't settle for anything less than that. You're going to meet so many women who greet you that way that you understand that any reaction from a woman that's opposite of that, that's contrary to the red beam of lust, that's not a woman that you need to be dealing with, because she doesn't see you as the man that you are. This is real stuff. This is real stuff. And I want you all to listen closely to these messages so that you can become this man and have these experiences, and you can really understand. I'm telling you real things about the sexually attractive man. So any of that, I'll give you my Instagram, or I don't know you like that, and all that kind of crazy stuff, you just disappear, because that's Chinese. They're not talking English to you at that point. They're not talking to you how beautiful women talk to you as a sexually attractive man. As a sexually attractive man, you will talk to women in straight lines, and you will say whatever's on your mind. You know, even recently, I had a tall, beautiful woman, just how I like, you've heard me say it in my videos, had a nice, young, tall, red bone, my exact type. And we were talking, and we got to that point where I asked her for a number. She's like, oh, you could be a stalker. And I looked at dead in her face and said, man, I'm too sexy for that. Because that was language that was contrary to the experience of me going through life as a sexually attractive man. And the feedback and the receptivity from the world and from beautiful women as a sexually attractive man, it didn't make sense. And so I just said what was on my mind. And I said it with a smile, jokingly, but she knew I was telling the truth. Like, I'm not sticking around for that shit, But you're always in the energy field of sexually attractive women who are sexually attracted to you and they're giving you sexual energy. That's why you disappear at any sign of indifference. Any sign of indifference, any sign of you're going to have to work for this, or I'm not quite sold on you, or you know, I want to drag you through some paces so you can get a whiff of this. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of shit is just like, get the fuck out of here. You don't want to hear any of that because your third eye is open, because you know what it's like to be desired. And it's not that you know what it's like to be desired. You know what it's like to be desired because you're regularly in the space of women who are greeting you with sexual energy. That's when you become the sexually attractive man. And it gets to the point where men see this energy field that's around you. Men see how women react to you, and they come with humility and they want to be you. That's when you know you're the sexually attractive man. When other men want to be you, they want to get around you. They'll ask you questions, and they see an alternate universe and an alternate reality that they're not a part of, but they can acknowledge that it exists because now they're seeing it in front of your face because you're in their presence. And these men, you know, you're in such a state of abundance, always having beautiful women offering themselves to you and giving you sexual energy, that your natural inclination and instinct is to give these men the game. Now, what happens a lot of times with these men is that once you really give them the game of what it takes to be around you, then they'll disappear quickly because they don't have that level of discipline to maximize themselves and to click on all cylinders and remove any holes from their game. But I'm saying that to say this is the reality of the sexually attractive man. And I can think about, you know, like some of my friends who know I'm in a dating coaching space and they know I have favorable experiences with women. They'll come to me at different points in time in their life and want to hang around me. And one of the greatest compliments I received was my homeboy called me -12. He called me -12, not 0, -12, because my tolerance for indifference from any woman, my reaction to that based on my intolerance was I disappeared from this space immediately. And he's looking at me like, this isn't normal. He's like, you're supposed to, you know, coerce her or keep spitting game and, you know, try to bring her to your side. And I'm like, that's Chinese. Like, who the fuck does that? You know, I had complete, you know, disdain for indifference. And it took him some time, but he began to see the rhyme and reason behind me moving the way I was moving. And he was able to see that because he was able to be around me in close proximity long enough to see that women were greeting me with sex. And then it made sense to him how I disappeared. And so it went from calling me -12, meaning that I'm disappearing from women's presence too quickly, to an open acknowledgement that I understand why you're moving the way that you're moving. And it inspired him to make some improvements and to have a different and more elevated experience with women. But the sexually attractive man, it's an energy field, man. It's the only way that I can really describe this thing. It's an energy field of sex, man. It's a third eye that develops because you're in a particular energy field, meaning that you're indifferent because you can immediately spot the women who do not view you in a sexual manner and you want nothing to do with them. That's the energy field, and that's the third eye. The third eye develops because you are in an energy field of sex. Women are greeting you purely with sex on their mind. And that's when you're the sexually attractive man. And I want to bring an example to this, a story. You all know I like to go to story time every once in a while. And this is an example of the instincts that come along with having the third eye of the sexually attractive man. This story took place, I would say, maybe 5 years ago, like right before COVID, like 4 to 5 years ago. And I was out. I think at this particular night, I was by myself. And I was in DC. I was on Connecticut Ave, and it was let out time. You know, Connecticut Ave, if you're from DC, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, it's crowded. After all the clubs let out, like it's just inundated with people. So I saw a girl, you know, my type, of course, you know, beautiful little red bone. She was just sitting on the bench, and I guess her friends were somewhere near her. And I just rode up on her and just, began talking to her and just, having a little bit of conversation. And she told me, she was just like, man, no one's approached me tonight. Like, this is crazy. Like, someone like you is approaching me right now. And I mean, this girl was beautiful, but if you're in DC, you have Howard University, GW, Maryland, all the schools that are around here, all the schools. Like, it's too many to name, but there's young, gorgeous women that are in these schools and they're staying here even after they graduate. So DC it's a playground. Like, beautiful women is not something you think twice about because there's just so many of them. So I'm just talking to this woman in the vein of that reality, just stating my proclamation. Like, hey, I want to see what's up with you tonight, and this and that, and we actually stood up, and then we kind of like stepped away from everybody. We were having our own conversation, and she was just like, oh, you're so handsome, and all this kind of stuff. But she was just like, yeah, I can't go with you tonight, and this and that, and I didn't think anything of it, just indifferent, whatever, So she hit me up the next day, and she was staying deep in Virginia, like in Tyson's Corner. And, I live in Virginia. I don't live too far from there. And she was trying to get me to come and sit down at a restaurant with her. So immediately my spidey senses kicked in. My sixth sense of the sexually attractive man kicked in. I was just like, she doesn't necessarily see me as that attractive. She's trying to get me to come out there, get a free meal out of me and this and that. So I declined. I just swerved that. And I just left her alone. And then later that day, I was preparing to go out that night. And she hit me up. And she was like, yeah, me and my girls are out. And, we want to know some places to go and this and that. And my sixth sense was just like, just leave her alone. But I was just like, man, you know what, whatever. It's going to be beautiful women everywhere. I have juice at these clubs. Let me just get her and her friends in. So her and her friends showed up to where I was. And, I got them in front of the line. Everybody just walked in. And I didn't really think too much about them. So I ended up talking to the girl. And I just let her know, like, look, I'm probably going to go home after I leave here. And, you're welcome to join me. But I told her that as soon as she got there because I didn't want to leave any space open for her to play around with me and to miss out on the other women. And so she said something along the lines of like, oh, yeah, I'll think about it. And I was like, cool, indifference. All right, I'll see you later. And I was up in the spot, and I just immediately found another beautiful woman. And me and this girl were talking. The energy was there. Like, anybody who was looking at us can tell, like, this was some real extreme sexual energy. So the first girl, the one that invited herself out to be with me that night, who told me she would think about it, she rolled up on me while I was talking to this girl. And she had an attitude. And she was just more or less saying, like, why are you doing this? And, I came out here to see you and all this other stuff. And so I stepped off from the girl, the new one I was talking to, and I talked to her. I was just like, look, man, we're here. I told you what it was in terms of if you want to come home with me or not, and this type of thing. And that's what it is. I mean, it's guys in here. You can move around. You can talk to them. Whatever you want to do. And I just talked to her in very straight lines. And she was so pretty that she couldn't accept that her beauty was neutralized in the presence of a sexually attractive man. And that's going to happen a lot. That's going to happen a whole lot when you really become the sexually attractive man. So I just continued to do my thing. And every woman in there that night that I talked to, like, this story's gonna get crazy. Every woman I talked to that night greeted me with sex. And sometimes women greet you with sex to the point that you don't have to exercise a third eye of interpretation of sexual energy. The energy is just in your face, and all you can do is inhale it and accept it. And I went and talked to another girl, and I guess this girl had seen the interaction with the previous girl who invited herself out to be with me that night. And she point blank told me, she said, handle whatever you need to handle tonight and call me when you're done. That's how crazy it is as a sexually attractive man. she essentially told me, all right, if you're gonna go fuck that girl, go ahead and fuck her, and call me afterwards. That's what she essentially told me. And there was another woman, same night up in the same spot, and she just pretty much told me like, look, I would have sex with you tonight. Like, I'm totally with it. I just have my friends staying with me. Like, every woman in the spot was greeting me with sex and sexual energy. And that's what I want to really focus on is the energy field. And I want to get to, I want to get to that energy field. So the original girl who invited herself out, who had her friends with her, they were visiting from out of town, and she felt away because I just was talking to other women and stuff like that, and she's so bad, like she just can't fathom that this guy's moving around this way, and so she was just like, I'll leave with you and all this other stuff, and my sixth sense was just like, man, she done put you through so many paces. She didn't get with you last night. She tried to invite you out to spend some money on. I already knew what the play was, but I just didn't care. I really didn't care because so many women just point blank told me that they wanted to have sex with me that night or they're going to have sex with me that night. So we ended up going back to my place. She left her friends and this and that, gave her the shorts, gave her the t-shirt, hopped in the bed. And I guess, her cycle was here and she wasn't trying to do anything and stuff like that. And your sixth sense is so important. She says, if I was going to have sex with you, I would have done it last night as soon as I met you. So all of my spidey senses, all of my sixth sense that was going off was accurate. I knew this girl was she was a bit indifferent, and her lust wasn't quite there to the level I needed it to be to indicate that she wanted to do something physical. And it was confirmed. And so she just kind of looked at me and was just like, yeah, I guess you just have to deal with somebody else tonight, and you probably should call somebody else. And I was just like, yes. I didn't say it, but she knew it. It was another girl waiting. And so she looked at me, she's like, I have to leave now? I was like, yeah, you have to leave, And she put her clothes back on, and she gave me my short and my shirt back. And she went outside, and I just, kind of made sure she didn't do anything crazy around my car, nothing like that. And I came outside, and she's like, oh, I'm not going to do anything to your car. I don't even know where I am. I'm just trying to call my friends. Oh, these DC dudes, and this and that. Like, she made this big fit. And by that time, I had already been texting the other girl that told me to call her after I was done with her. And the other girl came through, and we sat on my balcony for all of 3 minutes, and the girl just hopped on top of me, and she ended up leaving the next day, like around 3 or 4 o'clock. So I want to really focus, lastly, on this energy field of the sexually attractive man. It's an energy field where women know that they're wasting their time if they don't greet you with anything other than sexual energy, because there's too many other women that want to have sex with you. That's the energy field I'm talking about tonight. It's an energy field where a woman has no inclination to try to get anything out of you, has no inclination to try to string you along, has no inclination to try to play games with you. She knows how attractive you are, how many women want you. She's watching your blind spots. She's seeing all the other beautiful women just like her checking for you. Her beauty is neutralized. She has no power over you. And you're in an energy field of sex. And so she integrates herself into that sexual energy field, and she offers herself to you. That is the reality of the sexually attractive man. And this is not farce or falsehood. If you play your hand correctly, you can become this man. You can become this man. And that is the energy field that sexually attractive men are regularly in. That's why you have a third eye that automatically tells you as soon as you meet a woman whether she wants to have sex with you or not. And some men will say, oh, you gave up too early. You stepped off from her too quickly. They're not in that energy field. It's perplexing to them because they always see you land on your feet. If you step away from one woman because you don't feel the energy, you go to another one that's pretty, just as pretty as her, or prettier. And then it's favorable. And men are watching, they're observing. And they're like, what the hell is going on? And those are the men that come to you and want to be around you, but they don't understand it. And so they'll speak from a lesser frequency. They'll say, you gave up too early. Why'd you walk away from her? And then everything will play out in front of their face, and they're perplexed. And then that's when they come to you and want answers and want to beat you. But this energy field is real, to the point that you'll go into an establishment, it'll be inundated with beautiful women, and women will run up to you because they don't want to be overlooked. That's how real this energy field is. This is a real energy field that gives you a third eye that you immediately understand and notice, inhale, and accept the women who are checking for you sexually. That's the third eye right there, meaning that you don't entertain anything other than sexual energy. You don't entertain anything other than sexual energy when your third eye is developed based on your regular experience of beautiful women offering themselves to you, because they ingratiate themselves to the sexually charged energy field that's around you, and that is you. And another thing about becoming a sexually attractive man, you are optimized. You're not just appealing to beautiful women, you're appealing to everything around you, people. When you're optimized, the offerings from the world around you and from people match the magnitude of man that you're shown up as. So not just beautiful women offering themselves to you, the world is going to offer you opportunities that are elevated because you're an elevated man. You've maximized yourself. No holes in your game. This philosophy and indoctrination that I'm spitting tonight, this is not for the lazy. This is not for the weak at heart. This is for the man who's willing to optimize every gift and talent, every decided advantage that he has, everything about his looks, his mannerism, his charisma. The man who's willing to identify and maximize the best cards in the hand that he has. This is who this message is for. And if it sounds outlandish, it should, because you haven't developed yourself into that man. And you can develop yourself into that man. That's why you all need to get with me for coaching. But it's an energy field. And you'll have the world offering you optimized opportunities. People want to be around you. People want to be you when you become the sexually attractive man. The sexually attractive man is not something that you try to become. The sexually attractive man is a byproduct of the man that you've become. The sexually attractive man is not something that you try to become. The sexually attractive man is a byproduct of the man that you've become. This is not about games or gimmicks and surface level fixes that get you temporary results. This is about developing yourself from the inside out. Total acceptance of who you are and what you have to offer to this world. Total acceptance of who you are and what you have to offer to this world. That's what this game is about. This is what I'm spitting tonight. Total acceptance of what you have to offer to this world. Maximizing your hand. Not wanting to be another man. Not looking around at other men. Understanding that this is one lifetime and you've been given certain gifts and talents and attributes and looks and characteristics that are unique to you. That's how you develop yourself from the inside out, by developing everything that was hand delivered to you with your existence. That's how you become the sexually attractive man. You attract these beautiful women because you've accepted yourself and you've developed yourself from the inside out. And the world will respond to you, not just beautiful women. The world will respond to you. That's why the book is titled How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, because it's a deep dive into maximizing yourself and developing yourself from the inside out. So when you have that energy and that elevated aura, you're going to get elevated results and offerings consistently coming to you. And the women are going to be in a sexual energy field that matches the magnitude of man that you are. That's why they greet you with sex. They understand they're not going to waste their time trying to play with you, because they're looking at your blind spots. They're seeing how the world is responding to you based upon the man that you've delivered to this world and you're showing to this world as. And they said, I'm not going to waste my time playing with this man because he's too elevated. I need to offer myself to him. He is a gift. I need to get in his space, and they greet you with sex. They greet you with sex because they want to give you an offering. They want to show you a sign of respect that aligns with the energy field that they observe that you're in. This energy field of the sexually attractive man is real. It's a real thing. And that's why you're indifferent. The sexually attractive man, he's indifferent. If a woman is talking Instagram or I don't know, let me think about it, or I'll see you next time, you disappear. It's going to perplex the minds of lesser men, but you disappear because that's not a part of your energy field. So the cornerstone of really being the sexually attractive man is indifference and recognition, and that third eye of recognition for the women who are operating in your atmosphere of sexual energy. Because you literally become sex. You become a sex symbol as the sexually attractive, optimized man. And if there's enough abundance of women that are greeting you that way, that you have a low tolerance and you have indifference towards women who don't greet you that way. And that's the cornerstone of the sexually attractive man. You know you've become that man when you're indifferent. You know you've become that man when a extremely gorgeous woman isn't operating at the sexual frequency that represents you and you dismiss her. That's when you become that man. I gave it up tonight, man. Y'all need to donate. You know you need to donate, man. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight titled, The Sexually Attractive Man Has a Third Eye for Sexual Energy. I hope y'all got something from this. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Order your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me up this algorithm and this movement. If you want a custom video, if there's a particular topic that you want me to talk about, a donation of $50 or more to my Cash App and my PayPal in my video description will get you your video on my page, Matthew C. Horne Dating, within 24 hours or less. If this video has been of value to you, if this is different from the stuff you're hearing, if you know that this is real Patreon level game that I'm spitting, I'm giving it up almost every night, free of charge, man. Y'all need to donate, man. I'm about to build my set. My look in 2025 is going to be different. I want to build my set. I'm not going to be sitting on the couch anymore. I'm going to go parcel whatever else I need to parcel out. Vases, desk, chair, lights, candles. Oh, we're going to do it Kevin Samuels style, man. I'm bringing this shit, man. I'm not playing around anymore. I'm bringing that shit, man. But y'all need to donate, man. Check, drop something in my PayPal and my Cash App, man. Y'all know this is real heavy game I'm spitting, man. Y'all know it is, man. Drop something in my donation information. If coaching from someone like me, Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, could elevate you in this dating game and help you to get to optimal outcomes in the dating space, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. And just leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issue that you're facing in the dating game. And I will assess it and call you, and then we will promptly get to bring you solutions. I'll promptly offer you solutions with coaching. And some of y'all contact me. Understand that I've written 7 books that sell all over the world, and I'm not trying to be braggadocious or a dick or anything like that. I'm just being real. If you're going to contact me for coaching, it costs money. Okay, it's going to cost money to get this elevated game personalized to whatever your experience is to help you to get the experience that you want. So I'm just being real with you, okay? Having a very real conversation with you tonight. So email me and understand you have to be willing to invest in yourself to elevate. That's just how this game is played, man. But other than that, I've enjoyed spending some time with you all tonight. Don't stay away from the channel. I have some more heat coming. I'm going to be continuing to drop this on a regular basis, and just understand you develop a third eye. When you become that man, you're in a sexual sphere of energy. You're going to have a third eye, and you can immediately identify the women who are not there to have sex with you. It's that serious, and it's that real when you develop yourself into the sexually attractive man. I've enjoyed spending some time with you all tonight, and I will definitely be back with you with some more videos very soon. I'll see you later.